Shalom, Yasharala. Calm, Yasharala. It's the brother Al Shabbat. Come back in the spirit. You already know. Give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shah. Shalom to y'all Akim, y'all Aqua, you out there, man. Returning to the obeisance of the scriptures and waiting upon the second coming of our Lord, Yahweh Shah, Hamashiach. So, anyways, man, y'all seen the title, y'all seen the thumbnail. I know I haven't really talked too much on this channel about the modern day woman, because honestly, man, the woman not that important. I used to watch Red Pill videos and Red Pill channels, Steph is Cold, AMS, MJ Get Right. You know what I realized, bro? That's like 2 to 5% of your life, man. There's a reason why the scriptures have 3 main books that talk about women: Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Sirach. And you notice how in those books, there's like 3 to 5 scriptures that talk about the woman. Why? Because the woman is not that important. In the grand scheme of your life, money, getting a career, happiness. A woman is just a luxury, not a commodity. A woman is not your end all be all. So at the end of the day, when you are a true man of the Lord and you truly ascend to a higher level of understanding, yes, you may talk about women because it's entertaining, and men, a lot of brothers gonna click on this like, we're talking about a woman. But in the grand scheme of things, bro, they're not that important. They're not that important. And look, I'm not saying that ladies are important. Women, if you watch this, but what I'm trying to explain to the man who thinks about women 24/7 is your focus needs to be on the scriptures. Your focus needs to be on the Lord. Your focus needs to be on higher things, because if you focused on a woman, you don't know the name of the Lord. You don't know the prophecies. You don't know what's to come. You can't even provide for yourself. You don't even have a job. You're not doing anything in school. What the fuck is the point of talking about getting some women when that's the last thing that should be on your mind? But at the end of the day, women is a part of our life. Some of y'all brothers, you young. Some of y'all brothers old. Some of y'all brothers want to watch. Some of y'all brothers, just exploring the world. So I wanted to do this video. And the title is "The Modern Woman is Like a Used Mercedes." I'm explaining the reason why. What type of car is a Mercedes? A Mercedes is a luxury car, right? And what are the main things that come with dealing with a luxury car? I'm explaining, right? And a woman is not just a luxury car, but she's a rented luxury car. I'm explaining the reason why. Let's open up this tab real quick. It says the issues with luxury cars. There are many used luxury car models that should be avoided at all costs due to quality issues as well as reliability issues that have plagued certain models over the past few decades. Key thing: quality issues, reliability issues. Any of y'all brothers who leave the house, any of y'all brothers who watch any of these, red pill channels, look at things, look at the way society is going in on Instagram. What are 2 things that we've noticed about the downfall of the modern day woman? For one, her quality is shit. The vast majority of these women, in order for them to look good, they dwell in witchcraft, makeup. They put all these eyelashes, eyeliners. They basically transform what they look like, and they put a pad of makeup and paint over it. Like example, if y'all brothers ever follow, people who buy and renovate and sell a house, oftentimes what they'll do is the house will be very downtrodden. They'll buy it and they'll put things that aren't very sturdy, that don't last and are built to last over a long period of time. But they basically put a band-aid over a deeper issue. Like example, let's say y'all brothers get cut by a machete, right? Basically what, a lot of these house hunters will do is they would take your cut and they would put a band-aid over it instead of giving you stitches and sewing and allowing it to heal up. And that's basically the same issue with a lot of these women. They're basically putting on temporary fixes for an issue that's very permanent, just like a car. A lot of y'all brothers will go on a lot. You see a Mercedes, you see a BMW. Some of y'all trying to get the Audi. Y'all trying to get the what is it called? The Viper. It look good. It got the cold paint. You get in it. You got the stereo blasting, the music blasting. You got the tints. You got the neon lights. But when you open up the engine don't run. The engine is garbage. The engine ain't gonna get you nowhere. You got 2, 3, 4 years tops before you gotta take out the transmission. You gotta take out the gaskets. You got a faulty. You have faulty struts and shocks and things like that. And then what happens with a car that's a luxury car that's used, right? You got to put more and more money. I got an op, man. One of my old ops before I was in the truth. He had a BMW. I think it was like a '07 black, nice ass car. He put a lot of work into it. And every other month, every 3 to 4 months, his car would either be in the shop or he had to put a shit ton of money into his car. Well, that's the same thing with the modern day woman. You know what I'm saying? You can relate things in life with women and with human beings, man. A modern day woman is like a used luxury car. The reason why is because a luxury car is very luxurious and it feels good in the moment, but in the hard times when, let's say, example, nigga, it's a collapse, right? Let's say it's a collapse. Gas is $10. Do you think a luxury car is gonna be the best option to take you where you need to go? Let's say a collapse happened, right? You got to go off-roading. You need like a Ford pickup or an all reliable Ford 150. You think if you got a BMW that's gonna take you where you need to go? You need some that's gonna give you 50 miles to the gallon. You got to do Uber. You got to do DoorDash. You got a BMW. You got a Mercedes Benz. Do you think that's gonna be the best option for you? The same thing with a modern day woman who's a harlot, who's being used. She has no type of value to help you out in those moments. And again, what is a woman's true role? To be a helpmeet, to be a support, to be a rib. Like how your rib supports your lungs, because your lung is something that is essential for you to live. A woman is like a rib. She's like a support. She protects you. She gives you some, not protects physically, but she protects your mind from the outside world. She's a rest. She's a place of rest for you. So when you have a luxury car, what usually happens with a luxury car is it lasts for a season, but over time it deteriorates and it becomes a big hindrance. And that's basically what most men are doing. You're using a rental car, using a luxury, a car that, 2 weeks you use it, then you go, somebody else use it, then you go. And what do? They get a disinfectant wipe and they try to wipe off all the germs from the person who just used the car and try to sell it to you as if it's brand new. That's what the thing. And I want to play this clip from I forgot what, I think it's GMS, right? GMS dedication, because it's just ridiculous that I see. Look, man, I'll tell you this. I'm not saying I don't smash strange bitches, bro. I don't smash strange women, bro. You look for a quality jump, but I know there's not no quality out there. But I'm willing to be patient. But I be seeing videos of dudes getting cheated on, dudes wives, smashing the block, and it's like, bro, it's not nothing new, man. I'm numb to this. But the average man out there, hey, bro, you lost in the sauce. I want to play this real quick for y'all brothers, man.
I heard you here getting clapped.
You be doing too much. You be doing too much.
You ain't gotta break my window trying to fight bitches and all this other shit for you to be fucking somebody.
Yeah, nigga, I told you to block the bitch. You ain't want to block her, so yeah, nigga, what the fuck? You know what I'm talking about, nigga? I told you to block the bitch.
I heard the 300 months class. I ain't tripping though. I am, bruh. Hey.
What's up, boss?
Hey, bro, how you doing, man?
All right, boss. What's happening?
All right, so you with my wife?
What's up, boss?
That's my wife right there.
Okay, boss.
All right, that's my wife. All right, I don't know what you're digging for, but that's my wife right there. And I want a divorce, okay? Will you give me a divorce?
And look, I want to pause this real quick because I seen this earlier. Why are you asking a woman for a divorce? You the man. Just tell her I'm done with you, bro. A lot of this stuff is very pathetic. The brother said, you said the truth, bro. This is the reason why I stay single now. Relationships aren't real anymore. Exactly. And what's the key word in relationships? Real relationships. Look, brother, if your woman cheat, you shouldn't even really be surprised. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say there's no good women out there. But again, unless you a certain type of brother with certain types of qualities and you willing to tolerate certain things, bro, you just gonna see the same bullshit pop up again and again and again. Just like a used luxury car. You put $1,000 in the car, thinking the car gonna run perfect, thinking the car gonna get you, you like, yes, I finally put it in, I finally put in the work, and you still driving, going under the same potholes, you still driving, hitting your car against the side of the road. The same thing's gonna happen again and again and again until what? Until you get a new car, until you get something that's more reliable, that's more built to last. But basically, we kind of live in a society that only pumps out luxury cars compared to reliable cars that actually have some type of value in them. Because think about the main thing about a car. When you drive a car off the lot, the value depreciates. I think like 30% of the car value depreciates once you drive it off the lot until it deteriorates over time, right? It's the same thing with a woman, so it's like you shouldn't really be surprised. You should just more so expect it and always have your mind focused on things more important and always look at a woman for what she is in this society. She's not a helpmeet in this society. She's just a luxury for your life. You know what I'm saying? You have a luxury for a certain period of time. It is what it is, But continuing on, though, let me continue to go forward.
Will you give me a divorce, please? Please give me a divorce. I don't want to deal with this anymore. Okay? I'll turn the camera off. All right? Here's the key. I'm done. All right? I'm done. I'm done with you. Okay? I love my daughter. That's the only thing that's important to me, okay? I have no beef between me and you anymore. I know you're a good man. It's all good, man. This is not going to be seen by anybody except the judge. All right? So you ain't got to worry about nothing. All right? I'm sorry for disturbing you. You have a nice day.
License and registrations, please. Wow. Sir, in this car, can you please step out of the vehicle onto the left? Hey, partner, I've got this one. Both of you, please, just on the left side. Can you please face the vehicle and put your hands where I can see them? You too, ma'am. Have you been drinking tonight, sir? Can I please get you to come over here? Okay, please stand and go in a straight line and put one foot in front of the other. Ah, yes. How long have you known this woman for, sir? About 2 weeks now. Yeah. Okay. That's my wife, sir. That's your wife? That is my wife. Really? Wow. I had no idea. I don't know what to say. I'm at a loss for words. Can you please stand back near your vehicle, sir? I can't breathe this. I can't breathe it either. So I'm going to need you to go back in your vehicle and you can leave. Let me go. Yes, sir. You can leave before I get angry. Grab this up. Yeah, that's fine. I'm trying to say before I go, we are both victims of her games. No worries, mate. It's not your fault. You're not the married woman who made Tinder. No worries, mate. How could you do this to me? Wasted 7 years on this. You know what? Wait, you can call your mum and she can come pick you up wherever the hell we are. Yeah, I'm dead serious. I'll be alright, boys.
So this video is about a man finding out his girlfriend is cheating while she is pregnant. Take a look.
Yo, I've been faithful as fuck to this hoe, man. This who she fucking. Bitch, get out my face before I kill you out here, bitch. Oh God, get out my face, bitch, before I kill you out here.
Hey, look. By biblical law, he justified. I'm just saying. I know we live in America. You know that's a crime. But hey, I'm just saying, if she a adulterous woman, hey, get some rocks. You know, it is what it is. But nah, for real. Let me continue on the video.
Oh God, man. Y'all, I've been so faithful to this whole man. This nigga just called, man. Oh God, man. This dude been fucking, dog. Oh God. Bitch on my mama, boy. Throw your shit out. Man, look at this hoe, man. Man, oh God, you nasty, dog. You fucked the man, so you fucked the last third. Man, I'll kill you, bitch, on God, man. Man, y'all, I knew I was doing right by this hoe, man. Man, that hoe gotta get all that shit out of my house, man. Man, on God, y'all, the nigga just reached out to me, man. Man, the nigga reached out to me, man. The nigga reached out to me, man. Man, that hoe been fucking the nigga while she was pregnant and everything, man. Man, I swear to God, y'all, I can't make this up, man. I'm in the apartment right here, man, cuz. Man, y'all, I swear to God, cuz. Man, I swear to God, I be, man. Cuz, I be cuz. Man, the man know my sister and everything, cuz. On my family right here pulling up, cuz. Man, I swear to God, this hoe been fucking this nigga while she was pregnant, cuz. The man say he just fucked the last Thursday, dog. Man, I'm finna kill this hoe, dog. Man, on my children, man. Fuck that hoe and that baby, cuz. Man, that shit down bad, cuz. Man, that shit down bad, cuz. Man, you down bad, dog. Man, you a real hoe. Man, you a real hoe, man. Man, get your shit and get the fuck out of my house. Man, I kill. Man, the man just showed me all the messages and everything. Man, you a hoe. Man, y'all. Man, you know what? Man, I forgive you. Come get your shit. Man, y'all. Man, I know I don't be lying, cuz. Man, I know I don't be lying, cuz. Y'all, I know I don't be lying. Y'all, I know I don't be lying, cuz. You know what, y'all? I almost lost my cool. I almost threw my life away.
But yeah, I had seen this earlier from some brothers from GMS, man. But real quick, he said, Shalom, my bro. Hope all is well. Shalom, Son John. She cheating and pregnant. Modern day women are definitely Jezebels. These females have no respect or remorse for the unborn. Sirach 25:24. Other women came in the beginning of sins, and through her we all die. And you know, the reason why I'm bringing up this live is just to show y'all, like, you know, just like a used car, a rental car. You know, when I flew to Cali and I drove down to LA, the car that I had was nice. You know, it got a great sound system. It had some get up to it, but I knew that it was only going to be there for a certain period of time. And honestly, bro, like when it comes to the righteous tip, you know, obviously you want to find you a woman who's quote unquote wife material, but it's kind of hard to find a needle in a haystack. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to find a reliable Toyota Corolla that's going to be there for you for 10, 15, 20 years, low maintenance. It helps you make money. You don't got to spend a lot of money on it. You don't got to do a lot for the car to be there for you. It's very hard to find a car like that. Or it's very hard to find a woman with the qualities of a reliable car when they're all programmed to be like a luxury car. Because what does a luxury car do? It sucks all the money out of you. It sucks all the things out of you. And you know, the thing about a luxury car is it's cool when everything's smooth, but when you hit that bump in the road, when you're on the freeway, when you're trying to do something that's really important, what usually happens with a luxury car? It gets beat up. After a few years, when they make it great maintenance car, you drive it off the lot. Once you get to that year, like 4 to year 10, especially if you got a BMW. You got a BMW, the electrical wiring is going out, just like a woman, man. The first few years, she can be decent, she can be cool, you can see certain things, but the Most High is going to reveal to y'all what a woman is really about. And I don't know how old some of y'all brothers are. I know, Sanjan, you a little bit older. I don't know how older you other dudes are. But the main reason why we do videos like that is not to have you hate the woman, but just understand the reality of a woman. I don't really care. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really care for a woman. I don't hate them. I don't love them. There was a period where I hated them, and I just wanted to do them dirty. There was a period where I loved all women. I'm like, oh, man, I want to find me a good wife. But right now, I'm just at a period where I'm just numb to it, and I accept the reality for what it is. And all you brothers should do the same thing, because at the end of the day, it's the end times. At the end of the day, the actions of our forefathers has allowed us to be in a land which corrupts the woman every single day. But it is what it is. Let's read this. This is Sirach chapter 26, verse 9. It says, the whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids, If your daughter be shameless, keep her straightly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. Watch over her impudent eye and marvel not if she trespass against you. And the one thing about that last brother is he was mad, right? He's like, man, I'm going to kill this woman. I'm going to kill that baby. I don't care. And he said, you know what? I almost lost my cool, but I expect it from a woman. You brothers, I'm not saying they're saying you can't trust them, but the people always say this. They always say you can either understand a woman or you can love a woman, but you can't do both. Not in Mystery Babylon, bro. Not in Mystery Babylon. You got to understand something about a rental car, right? You can't think of a rental car as something that you're going to keep forever because it's going to blindside you. You're going to fall in love with the car, the features, the tinted windows. Y'all might put the little neon lights trying to be like Van Diesel, you know what I'm saying? Paul Walker, skirt, you know what I'm saying? But then what do you remember about the car? Once that time period comes up, you got to return it back to the lot and somebody else going to deal with it. And I don't want y'all brothers to have to do nothing like that because obviously when you in the truth, when you have this type of understanding, you're not supposed to deal with women on that tip. But sometimes you just get into the point where there's no way that you can truly build something and establish something with a woman. And at the end of the day, you got desires and things like that. So it is what it is, But the scripture says, watch over an impudent eye and marvel not if she trespass against you. So if you start to notice that a woman, is showing her nature, she's starting to manipulate you, she's starting to aggravate you, she's starting to ask you for money, you see signs that she's trying to use you. I've seen some on Instagram. There was a post, this woman reposted it. Women be snitching on themselves. It was a post and it said, ladies, if a man offer you $10,000 to have sex with you, but you were in a relationship, what you would do. You got the cliche women saying, oh, I wouldn't do it. You people have no morals. And you have one woman saying threesome, clear abomination unto the Lord. That's, lesbianism. You shouldn't be doing that. You had certain women saying, oh, he don't got to know. You had certain women saying, oh, I'm going to have him come and I'm going to do this $10,000 for both of us. You had one woman saying, oh, I'm going to give him $40. I'm going to give him that cut. And you got to understand there's truth in humor. There's truth and sarcasm. So when women have, because Yahweh Shah said that the defilement isn't what comes inside of you, in regards to you eating with dirty hands, but what comes out of you, what springs out of you, because that's your mind. So these women will snitch on themselves. These women will tell on themselves and they'll show you their wicked nature. You just got to be prepared for it. You can't be one of these dudes who get blindsided. You're not playing left tackle for the Baltimore Ravens, my boy. You can't be blindsided. Like, you got to just prepare. You got to be like Tom Brady. When Tom Brady in the pocket, he looking everywhere. He preparing for the hit. He preparing but he trying to get it out as quickly as possible. You know what I'm saying? You can't put your all in, think like, man, why is this? Like, bro, come on. You a grown man. And the one thing about a real man is that he doesn't run from reality. He doesn't hate reality, but he accepts and he prepares himself for the reality that he lives in, dog. You know what I'm saying? You can't be one of them dudes who's still living in 1960 and 2020. It's quote unquote about to be 2022. This is a Greco-Roman calendar, obviously, but in the heathen's eyes, it's gonna be 2022. Brother, quit living your life like it's 19. Quit living your life like it's 2010. The women are not the same as what they used to be. This is the book of Ecclesiastes 7:26. I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and in her hands as bands. Whoever so pleaseth the Most High will escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken. And another thing y'all brothers got to understand is the spiritual energy of the world that we live in is exalting the whore of Babylon more and more and more. So you're going to see these average women who aren't going to make it. Their whoredom is going to come out more and more apparent. It's going to be more clear. They're not going to hide who they really are, because as the whore, the spiritual whore of Miss America, of Mystery Babylon comes out, the many microcosms of Mystery Babylon are going to come out more and more with each passing day. So with you being a man of truth, with you having a austere mind, austere means what? Unfeeling. Austere means what? Unmoved. Austere means cold. If you see what a woman is, bro, don't get caught up in the, man, I want to save her. Man, I want to tell her the truth. Man, I want her to come to these commandments. Hey, bro, what does scripture say? The woman heart is, I find nothing more wicked than the wickedness of a woman. It's right here. He said, Shalom, Jaquez. He said, yet my soul seeketh, but I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those have I not found. And this is referencing to Solomon asking how many righteous men has he found. He found 1 out of 1,000. But out of the righteous women is 0 out of 1,000. What this is basically meaning, if you can barely find a righteous man, good luck trying to find you a righteous woman. Hey, unless y'all brothers get blessed. Hey, if y'all get blessed with a good woman, all praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Shout out to J2K, because he one of them brothers who blessed. He said when a woman say things in sarcasm, that means they telling on themselves, but that's the hardcore truth. Hey, facts, bro. Most people snitch on themselves through the humor. You feel me? You always know how a person feels about you through the jokes that they make. But I want to go back to the book of Sirach, especially for y'all younger brothers who, obviously you new to this truth, you new to this understanding. Because one thing about a car that a lot of brothers don't understand is you fall in love with the car, but you always forget when you got to cut your losses. You see, when your car, the radiator is messing up, your car overheating, you know what I'm saying? You keep getting a flat tire. You notice like the alignment of your car keeps shifting to the left and you messing it up. What that means is that it's time for you to get rid of that car. The same thing with a John, bro. If you courting a woman, if you looking at a woman, you want to date, you trying to just check out, you start seeing signs. She talking about Megan Thee Stallion. She talking about city girls. She talking about period. I mean, that's a red flag, red flag, red flag. Let me see right here. It says Sirach 27 and 20, or Sirach 25 and 24. The woman came the beginning of sin, through her we all die. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. And the key word right here is if you take a woman seriously and she want to be liberated, cut her off, man. Verse 26, if she go not as you would have her, cut her off from your flesh and give her a bill of divorce and let her go. Just like that car note. Sometimes you got to trade out that old car that's been giving you, you brothers ever played The Sims? You know how the first car you would buy was like a lemon? You know what a lemon is, right? It's like an old ass car that's constantly causing you problems. That's like the women from the ages of like 28 to 37, all the mileage, the kids and all those things. Now from the age of like 20 to 27, 28, they might have certain sprout to them. But over time, you notice how their mind is becoming more corrupted. They're becoming more bitter. They're trying to, blame you for their life because when they were younger, they had no type of self-control. Just like a car, the first 3-4 years, you could drive 110 on the freeway. But now in year 5, you pushing on the gas pedal, your car just jerking, doing an irky jerk, or your car, your mechanic, every time you go to the mechanic, he diagnoses you with the same problems. Why? Because there's always, nothing is permanent in the flesh, man. And in this society, with how women are and how women move, you really got to cut it off. A real man doesn't get attached to the emotion of the car. Just like a man who deals with a woman with wisdom in 2022 does not get attached to anything that a woman says or does, because at the end of the day, it's always going to be something that happens in the moment. So the scripture says if she doesn't move like how you want her to move, if she's not listening like how she needs to listen to, and this is obviously from Sirach, it's different from what Yahweh told us, is if you're married to a woman, unless you commit, fornication, which is, obviously cheating on you, committing adultery, bestiality, incest, things like that. But this is just a general principle of what's being stated in the scripture, man. You got to be willing to, take your feelings out of this, man. You got to be able to take your feelings away from these women. Also, again, Sirach chapter 9. Let me go there real quick. This is Sirach chapter 9, verse 6. It says, give not your soul unto harlots, that you lose not your inheritance. What does that mean? Give not your soul unto harlots, that you lose not your inheritance. And you could look at it in this modern day society as give not your soul into a harlot, a woman who's out there, lest you lose all the things you work hard for. Again, y'all brothers never ever sign that marriage certificate. That's that's like selling your soul to the devil. When you sign that marriage certificate and you're dealing with a woman, a strange woman from this society, that's like selling your soul to the devil. And what's your inheritance? All the things that you work hard for. But through the spirit, obviously this is talking about you inheriting the kingdom. Because again, the scripture says the portion of the sinner will fall upon a wicked woman, while those who are of the Lord will avoid her. So you can't give your soul, you can't give your everything to a woman. You can't be like Solomon. You can't be like Ahab. You can't be like Adam. You got to be like Abraham. You got to be like Lot. You got to be like Yahweh Shah. You got to be like David. Even David, he went into a strange, obviously committed adultery, But at the end of the day, it didn't allow him to take his focus from the Lord, which is why he still got the blessing of the Lord, even though he did something egregious. He had an offering of repentance because the Most High knew his heart. You got to understand, give not your soul, give not your mind into the ways of a woman. If all you're doing is looking at women and videos about women and talking about women 24/7, I'm not saying that you in that lot, but what you think is whatever a man soweth is whatever a man reap. If all you're thinking about is chasing pussy 24/7, then that's what you're going to fall upon. If all you're thinking is chasing Sophia 24/7, then that's where your heart's going to lie. And when that time period comes, when the hour of temptation comes, you're going to be in a much better position than all these dudes on Alpha Male Strategies Patreon. No disrespect. Hey, shout out to him. I used to watch him. But, you know, when you grow as a man, when you develop as a man, you realize that there's so much more than just having a female in your life, right? Again, a luxury, not a necessity. You don't need a luxury car, but it's cool if you have one. But at the end of the day, you're not looking for it. You're not seeking it. You're not putting your life savings, your 401k into having a Bugatti. You know what I'm saying? If you get one, okay, you know, it's cool. But you're not worried about it, especially in 2022, bro. You having a woman that's not reliable is going to be your downfall. You know, let's go to the book of Sirach real quick. Sirach 26. We're going to go to verse 19. So Sirach 26 and 19, it says, my son, keep the flower of your age sound and give not your strength to strangers. When you have gotten a fruitful possession through all the field, sow it with your own seed, trusting in the goodness of thy stock. And the seed is in reference to your, you know, obviously your children, trusting in the goodness of your stock. So think about a man who has discernment. A man, when he has a good discernment of a car, what does he do? He'll appreciate you, Gary Hood. You said thank you for this live stream, man. No problem. But remember, when you a person who's smart when it comes to buying a car, they don't just go to one lot. They don't just test drive one car. They sit back and they evaluate. Okay, this car is good, but the APR kind of expensive. Okay, this car not bad, but you know it has a faulty alternator. Okay, this car is great. It's a brand new car, but I'm gonna be locked in for 6 years. When you sit back and you evaluate whether a car is good, you need to understand how a lot of these dealers of a car are. They'll fix certain things to a certain extent very cheaply so that they can wrap you in, just like a woman. The vast majority of women aren't going to do those things to convert who she was. Because at the end of the day, the scriptures say that the Most High can turn a harlot, you know, into a righteous woman if it's deemed him. But when you looking back and you're thinking, okay, is this woman worth my time? Is this woman worth my energy? You can't understand. You can't judge somebody off of an act or a date. You have to constantly evaluate to see if she really who she says she is. Just like when you go to a lot, if a dude telling you to buy it off the lot right then and there and he not being patient, that means the car is destroyed. The car is probably going to break down on you in 2 to 3 months. Similar to a lot of these chicks, they put on makeup, they put on a new profile, they got Shalom in their bio, and they say, oh, I'm righteous, so they can drag you in for 3 to 6 months. Next thing you know, you in a covenant with that woman, and now your ass is stuck because you didn't sit back, you weren't patient. You see, the devil, Satan, he moves through hastiness, right? Just like if you buy a car being hasty, it's the same thing as with a woman. You got to sit back and be patient and evaluate, because when you sit back and you're patient, the Most High will reveal to you certain things about that specific thing. Like example, me, I got, when I first came into the truth, right around the time 19 happened, right? I got into a car accident, my car got totaled. And I got this little rental car. It was nice, like a 2019, 2020. And in my mind, like, damn, this car hella nice. I like to speed. I like to bump, you know, music and all that. But I'm like, nah, this car is going to put me in a horrible position down the line. So I sat back and I said, you know what? I'm going to just buy a car cash because I don't want a car note. I don't want to have to pay full coverage on insurance. And lo and behold, a year and a half later, I'm saving $500 a month. I just say, oh, I'm going to just get that car because it looked good. No, I sat back. I prayed on it. I waited for the Lord to show me a good sign, and then boom, I acted on it, and the car been solid. Now, the car ain't perfect, but it's reliable. It's what helps me get money. It's allowed me to move from California to Houston, you know, and now to where I'm at right now. It's done been through the trenches because it's a reliable car. That's just like what a woman is supposed to be. But you're not going to find something extremely reliable in a society that, you know, wants you to live off of your lust and live off of the moment unless you have patience, right? So let's read this in the book of Proverbs chapter 5, because when you're dealing with women, the main thing that's the kryptonite of a woman is a man who's patient, is a man who doesn't act off of emotion and haste and a woman's manipulation. You get that in Proverbs chapter 5, verse 1. It's Proverbs 5:1. It says, "My son, attend my wisdom and bow your ear to my understanding, that you may regard discretion, and that your lips may keep knowledge. For the lips of a strange woman drop as honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil, but her end is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword." So just like how you might buy a car that's faulty in the moment, you got to sit back and wait for those things to reveal themselves. Because if you're a righteous man, if you're a man, doing everything to serve the Lord, he going to show you what a woman is really about. I'll tell y'all a story. There's one chick who hit me up on Instagram who was, so-called Israelite, known about the truth for 2-3 years. She looked good. She hit all the marks and things like that. But I'm like, damn, how you been in the truth for 3 years? You look this good, and yet you ain't never had a dude that was somewhat righteous. Something ain't right with this picture. Like, example, if y'all see a Mercedes-Benz 2012 and a nigga selling it for $8,000 when the market goes for $15,000, I'm not sitting there saying y'all gotta be pessimistic, but you gotta raise your head. Like, why is a car that's normally worth 15 going for half price? Does the person just want to get rid of it? Well, why do they want to get rid of it? Is there something wrong with it? Did they steal it? You know what I'm saying? Is it defiled, bro? Is it gonna break down? And then you sit back and you wait, and then it gets revealed to you through the Spirit. That's what the Most High does. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 15, verse 3. Right? So we go there, verse 3. It says, "The eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the good and the evil." So a lot of these men, what's going on is because they don't have the Lord with them, the Most High is allowing these women to use them and abuse them, manipulate and control them, and destroy their life. Because obviously in this society, the woman is the biggest piece, the biggest weapon of Esau Edom. She loves Esau Edom. I seen something from Knights Templar, how a lot of so-called black women, when they're around white men, they want to be treated like slaves, but quote unquote, if you a dude, if you a nigga, you don't get nowhere near that treatment, right? It's like, example, you drive on a lot and let's say Esau come in, he get the car for 2% interest, and you got to buy that exact same car with 15% interest. Are you really going to do it? Are you going to look and be like, why the hell you giving this person such a great deal on the car, and I got to break my back? I got to go $40,000, $50,000 in debt for the same car that you would give to somebody else easy. Obviously a lot of y'all brothers know the nature of a woman wanting a bad boy compared to wanting, a good, stable dude. Obviously the barrier for entry for a good dude is a lot steeper than, a wicked thug that the vast majority of these women like. And you got to be honest with yourself. The so-called black man has bad credit. And just like in real life, we got bad credit with a lot of these women. Why? Because they see us as a thug, an idiot, a sex symbol, nothing with knowledge, nothing with power compared to the so-called white man. He runs the world. So obviously, if he's the stipulation of power, people are going to, roll out the red carpet. Whereas with y'all brothers, no disrespect, but a lot of these women, they're gonna ask, you got good credit, you got good history, you got a job, nigga. Like, where have you worked the last? If you not hitting them requirements, they're gonna do a deep dive investigation. They're gonna go everywhere. They're gonna look at your past history. Have you been a criminal? How many tickets you got? Why? Because you have bad credit history. You haven't been deemed as proven in this society. So just like with a bad car, with a woman, she's gonna show you the bad things. She's gonna, basically what I'm trying to say is, she's not gonna, she's gonna look for less from you to knock you off, and she's not gonna treat you nearly as good as, if we just being honest, the so-called white man. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, when you're patient, when you understand, the situation we in, you understand how things are gonna turn, and you have patience, because at the end of the day, patience is one of the key forms. Long suffering is one of the key fruits of the Spirit. When you're able to sit back and accept your situation from what it is, accept the fact that there's not a lot of good women, a lot of good cars out there to buy, and you sit back and you wait on that deal, boom, that's when it hits. You can't be a dude who gambling. Like, a lot of dudes, they come to the casino, they win two hands, and they want to just bet everything. A lot of y'all dudes got 1 or 2 relationships. You see a woman who's deemed herself as righteous, you want to give her the key to your house, you want to give her the key to your car. You know what I'm saying? You want to sign your life away. But nah, playboy, you got to sit back and evaluate the field. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm just saying these things so that way brothers can get a good understanding on the reality. when you can tie certain things that are important to you to different analogies, a lot of times it's a lot easier for y'all brothers to explain why things are the way they are. And back to what I was saying in regards to having patience, let's go back to the book of Sirach. We'll go to chapter 18, verse 30. You know? It says, go not therefore after your lust, but refrain yourself from your appetites. And the way that most women do attack you is through your lust, through the lust of your bottom head, aka your penis, right? You know, you be on BLK, you be on Tinder, you be on Instagram. You see these women, they letting it all out. But at the end of the day, it's to get your lust because that's what they lead with, because that's the only thing that's valuable in this society from the vast majority of these women. It's like having a car with the great paint. You got the little, hot rod red, the decals on the side, but the engine is like a 1953 Chevy Malibu, bro. It's worn out. It's not good. They just put a great exterior on a destroyed engine. And at the end of the day, what is the engine? That's the most important component to a car. So with a woman, her looks may be good on the exterior, but how she is as a woman, if she has certain principles, if she's cooking, if she's cleaning, if she has some type of quality, because again, a Toyota Corolla and a Nissan Altima, that's not gonna get you to, oh damn, you driving that car? Oh damn, bro, your joint nice. You got the subs in the back. That's what most dumb people in the world look at. They look at the exterior things that can get them some type of clout and some type of validation. But you want to know, and I always give, brother, especially them Jews, right? They always buying what? The 07 Toyota Corolla with low mileage, the 09 Lexus with low mileage, the 2014 Toyota Camry with low mileage, because niggas is not going to adore them. But you want to know what it's going to do? It's going to save them money. It's going to save them repairs. It's going to save them headaches. Same thing with a woman. If you have a woman that's not getting you for all these things to your lust, it's going to save you what? Money. You're not going to have to go out here and sell your soul to keep the woman, having to keep her pampered and do all these things for her. You're not going to have to deal with the headaches of dealing with a high drama, highly chaotic Jezebel woman because you couldn't sit back and be patient. And the main thing that y'all brothers need to understand is if you truly want a woman in these days, the most important thing that you need to know from her is how reliable is she? Because when inflation hits, when shortages hit, when people who haven't taken what hit, how are you going to really be able to keep somebody in your corner if they're not reliable? Again, if you got to make a cross-country trip, do you want to drive in a Toyota Corolla or do you want to drive in a BMW 7 Series? I don't know about you, but I want to drive in a Corolla. You see what I'm saying? So that's the same thing with these women. Don't be hasty and avoid these bad situations. And you're not going to end up like the dumbass who got 2 kids with a woman. And next thing you know, he got to take the Boost Mobile in order to keep things alive, in order to keep things good, man. And a lot of times, the Lord is going to do these things to keep you away from these women because he can see in the future what your life would be like if you had a kid, if you got married, and you had all these women on your beck and call, right? This is the book of Sirach 19:2. Wine and women will make a man of understanding fall away. And all you brothers have some type of understanding because the vast majority of men out there, they don't even know half the things that we're talking about. Or these brothers who claim that they're red pill and they do all these things, they're a fake alpha. They're a fake man of the Lord. They're a fake macho man, fake masculinity, right? So they don't have any true understanding. So when that time comes, they don't know how to move attack. But you, a man of understanding, it says, he that cleaves to a harlot becomes impudent, meaning you become disrespected. Verse 3, moss and worms shall have him to heritage. Where do moss and worms go? They go in the dirt. So a wicked woman is going to put you in the dirt. She's going to kill you either physically, either spiritually, either mentally, or either financially, right? So at the end of the day, if you're a man of understanding, you're going to stay away. You're not going to cleave to those type of people. You're not going to cleave to those type of women, right? And the last thing that I'll do, and then I'm going to end it on this, is I'm going to go to Sirach, because how can you find a reliable woman? How can you find a reliable car if you never actually had one before, right? Well, through the advice of, your friends, your family, other women that you've dealt with. Obviously it's a lot easier for you to buy a car if you know how the system works, if you know how APR works, if you know how to spot a good car. But that comes through what? People who have been in that position. People like me, people like, Jaquez, people like, J2. I mean, other brothers in the truth who've been in the truth longer than you. Some of y'all brothers follow Chronicles of Judah, right? They're giving you wisdom. They're giving you game. They're giving you understanding. But at the end of the day, you can listen to everything that I'm saying, but if you don't do it, what the hell is the point of me telling it to you, right? So let's go to the book of Sirach, and I'm going to end it on this. It says, a solid and a loving woman is a gift of the Lord, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. A shamefast and faithful woman is a double grace, and her continent mind cannot be valued. As the sun will it arise in the high heaven, so is the beauty of a good woman in the ordering of her house. And those are just some of the qualities of a woman, man. Those are some of the qualities, man. However she treats the people around her, she treats her own kid. That's a big one. Why did her past relationships go off? You know, what is she planning for her future? And the main thing, brothers, is she willing to submit to your order? Because if she's not willing to submit to your order, you're never going to get those key things that are going to allow a woman to stay with you, right? Is when you get her mind and you get her spirit. Because again, Amos 3:3, can two be together lest they be in agreement? A woman can be around you and can tolerate you, but if she's not in agreement, if she's not like this with you, she's going to go and fall off. Because if you trying to be in this thing to the end, there's going to be a lot worse shit than just, I got to find a different job, or I got to cut off other women that I was talking. Nah, you gotta have somebody who's there for you. Like, you know, my brother, you know, Jordan Belfort, you know, if you watch Wolf of Wall Street, right? He was just a basic ass stockbroker, right? He lost everything, but his woman was still there for him when he had nothing, all the way till he got to that high status, you know, doing all these things, got the great firm, everybody's riding his coattail. But then what did he do? He traded Old Reliable for the luxury car, the blonde shell blonde. I forgot her name, but you know, she looked good. She was the trophy wife. Everybody was looking at her like, damn, who is this? That's like you buying a Bugatti, right? He was on top when he had the Bugatti, but then he ended up like who? He ended up like somebody who was on top, but then over time, he lost everything he had. And now that same woman, that same car that you thought was going to be there for you for 20, 30 years is only a short temporary. It's only a rental because now it's going somewhere else in the time of trouble. So, you know, I say all these things to allow y'all brothers to have knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and to remember, a wicked woman is given unto a wicked man. There's no wickedness like the wickedness of a woman. The portion of a sinner will fall into her, right? So at the end of the day, the type of women you have in your life is a reflection on you. Always remember that the people you have in your life are a reflection on who you are. If you have shitty people, if you have wicked people, if you have two-faced people, if you have unreliable people around you, that's just a reflection on who you are. Because the relationship that you have with the Lord, if you constant with the Lord, if you do you're all for the Lord, if you listen to what the Lord says, then the people around you are going to reflect that, because everybody else outside of the Lord is just a luxury in your life, right? A defense, right? A good portion, right? A resting place, right? A comfort zone. So always remember that. And it's no different with a woman. If you're dealing with harlots and strags and you keep getting manipulated and controlled, it's because you have no understanding, because you probably don't have a relationship with the Lord. But with that being said, I appreciate y'all brothers tuning in. As always, I give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah. Until next time.